Hello children, welcome to my online class. Today we shall be taking up a topic life process. Under this topic today we shall be discussing with you the circulatory system of animal, special reference with the circulatory system of human being. So circulatory system of human being. Before I go in detail about the circulatory system of human being, let us know in all the animals, including lower vertebrates like fish to little higher amphibia to reptiles, including crocodile to tortoise to bird and human being, highest level of the mammals. All the animals so far I told, the different substances from one part to other part of the body, substances like oxygen, like carbon dioxide, like waste material, nitrogenous waste, these are all carried from one part to other part of our body by means of a transporting medium, and that transporting medium is blood. So what is the transporting medium? Blood. And for carrying this blood, we shall have to rely on a pumping organ. That pumping organ I have drawn here in a very simple diagram called heart. Although there are variation in the number of compartments of heart, say for example in case of fish, two-chambered heart. In case of amphibia, it is three-chambered heart. In case of bird, four-chamber. In case of mammal, including human being, again it is four-chamber. So what are those chambers? In case of fish, one auricle, one ventricle. So there is a thorough mixing of the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. In case of amphibia, two auricles, one ventricle. So while auricular atrium are keeping the blood separated, oxygenated and carbon dioxide containing blood, but in ventricle again there is a mixing. In case of bird and all the mammals, including human being, some like tortoise, especially if you talk about the bird and human mammals, here we see a complete separation of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. There are two auricles, left and right, or left atria and right atria, two ventricle, left and right ventricle, so two auricles. This is right atria, right ventricle. A stands for right atria. This is this is left auricle, left atria or left auricle. This is right ventricle. This is left ventricle. So here the two auricles, right atria and left atria, are separated by interatrial septum. This is the interatrial septum. interatrial septum. It is separating the impure and pure blood. Likewise, the two ventricle, right ventricle and left ventricle, again separated by a septum called interventricular. What is it called? Interventricular ventricular septum, to keep the deoxygenated blood from the oxygenated blood. So, if we see here, this is the left atrium, the left ventricle, the right atrium, the right ventricle, the blood vessels which are carrying blood from lung to the left atrium, that is pure blood, and the left ventricle will carry the blood through aorta to different parts of the body. Likewise, the right atrium, it is receiving the impure blood, and right ventricle pumping the impure blood to the lung for purification. Let us see by means of a very simplified diagram, as I am drawing here to give you a very clear idea. So, the right auricle, which are receiving blood, impure blood. What type of blood? Impure. From the right atrium, the impure blood opens to right ventricle by means of opening of a valve. This aperture, this is an aperture. This aperture is called auriculoventricular aperture. So this is the right. This is the right auriculoventricular aperture. Likewise, this one, this aperture we call, this aperture we call, this is we call left auriculoventricular aperture. These two apertures are guided by valve. The right auriculoventricular aperture guided by valve. This valve is called tricuspid valve. This is the tricuspid valve. Tricuspid valve. This is the bicuspid valve. Bicuspid valve. So this valve, tricuspid valve, makes the flow of impure blood from right auricle to right ventricle, but not in backward flow, one direction only. This bicuspid valve makes the entry of pure blood from left auricle to left ventricle only, but not in backward flow. Likewise, there is a valve at the entry of left ventricle when right ventricle when pump the blood, when will pump to an artery. This artery is called, let me rub this part. This artery is called pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery. At the entry point of pulmonary artery with right ventricle, there is a valve. This valve is called semilunar valve. semilunar valve. Likewise, here is also a valve at the entry point of left ventricle to aorta. This blood vessel is called aorta. Aorta. This is also called semilunar valve. So this valve and this valve is semilunar valve. The semilunar valve of right ventricle with pulmonary artery allow the blood in one direction to the pulmonary artery when the right ventricle pumps. Likewise, when the left ventricle pumps, the blood allow only to the aorta. This is the aorta. You have to know the blood vessels. Now, the impure blood from the right ventricle. What type of blood? Impure. So this is also impure blood. This is pure blood. This is pure blood. Pure blood. So impure blood, when the right auricle contracts, the impure blood enters to right ventricle by the opening of the tricuspid valve, and when the right ventricle pumps, the blood from right ventricle enters to pulmonary artery. Where this pulmonary artery will go? This pulmonary artery is carrying impure blood to the pulmonary artery is carrying impure blood to lung. Where it will carry? To lung. Why? For purification. So suppose this is the lung I am drawing here. Very simple way for your understanding. If this is the lung, if this is the lung, so the pulmonary artery giving rise to very fine arteriole, what we call capillaries, and so this pulmonary artery, which is having blood with more CO2, carbon dioxide. So this carbon dioxide will diffuse to the lung, alveoli, and after gaseous exchange, it will form another blood vessel carrying blood. So these are called pulmonary vein. These are called pulmonary vein. Pulmonary, let me rub this part so that we can get more space. Pulmonary vein. So these pulmonary veins are now carrying what type of blood? Pure blood, O2 containing blood. Pure blood. Pure blood. Is that clear to you? Now, where this pure blood will go? Let me rub this leveling part also. Where this pure blood will go? This pure blood now carried to which chamber of heart? Carried to which chamber of heart? Left auricle. Remember, pure blood is coming to left auricle. Now left auricle is filled with pure blood. When the left auricle is filled with pure blood, left auricle will generate a contraction, and by virtue of that contraction, let me show you here. Earlier, by the time the valve was closed, what type of valve it is? Bicuspid valve. Now the bicuspid valve, under the pressure of blood, the bicuspid valve will open, and now the blood will flow to this is left ventricle. What type of blood? Pure blood. Pure blood. Now the left ventricle gives a contraction, contracts and pump the blood from left ventricle. Due to the contraction of this left ventricle, the semilunar valve opens and the blood, what type of blood? Again I tell you, pure blood. So this is pure blood. Pure blood opens into aorta. Aorta is a big artery. Now this aorta divides into many fine arteries and carrying blood to different organs. From organ, it is now exchanging the gases. So suppose, let me show you one organ here. Suppose this has divided into so many parts. This aorta, this is the aorta. Aorta has divided into so many parts. Suppose I am showing here only two. If I rub this part now, suppose this aorta further, these two are divided another two parts. Suppose and this one is carrying the blood. What type of blood? Pure blood. Pure blood. To suppose this is a cell. Nucleus, so many other organs are there. This is a cell nucleus. Now, before reaching to cell, this artery will give rise to fine arteriole, and the finest one, what you call capillary, which have a very thin wall, capillary. Now, this capillary blood contains more oxygen, O2. Here, by means of respiration, cellular respiration, CO2, carbon dioxide is produced. This carbon dioxide will be reaching to this capillary blood by gaseous exchange. If I rub this part now, the CO2 is going to this capillary blood and O2 is coming here. O2 is coming from capillary blood of the artery which is coming from aorta, and CO2 from cell going to the capillary. This capillary join to form a blood vessels which are now carrying blood to which are now carrying blood to what type of blood it is? Tell me. It is full of carbon dioxide, so impure blood, impure blood. So with the help of a very simple diagram, I have tried to give you the concept. So this is the impure blood, impure blood, impure blood carried by vein. These veins are called vena cava. You can see the vena cava here. It is. I will show you another diagram. If it is there, yeah, you can see it here. The two vena cavas, superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. I will show you little pulling up. This this one, although the right is a little hazy, this is the inferior vena cava. So this is one vena cava only I am drawing here. Vena cava. So what is the vena cava? Which are carrying blood from cell having more carbon dioxide. So vena cava contain more CO2. More CO2 containing blood now coming to the right auricle. Where it is coming? Right auricle. So how the right auricle is getting impure blood? Actually from the different cell after gaseous exchange, the carbon dioxide is now carried by the vena cava. Is that clear to you? Is that very clear to you? Likewise, one superior vena cava, one inferior vena cava, two main veins are carrying impure blood to right auricle. Now, you see there is a complete separation of blood, left and right auricle, right ventricle carrying the impure blood. After that, impure blood is entering to, look at here, impure blood is now, let me rub this part so that another concept I give you. The impure blood is now from here going to lung for purification, and from lung after purification, the gaseous exchange, the pure blood entering to where? Entering to the left auricle. So this course of circulation, entering the impure blood to pulmonary artery and carrying the pure blood by pulmonary vein to left auricle, this course of circulation we call pulmonary. We call this course of circulation we call pulmonary circulation. Pulmonary circulation. And the pure blood from the what is it? Left ventricle carried to cell or tissue of different organ, and after gaseous exchange the impure blood from here is coming back to the right auricle. This course of circulation we call systemic circulation. Systemic circulation. Systemic circulation. So, impure blood by means of pulmonary artery, in short I am writing pulmonary artery, going for purification to lung, and from lung after purification through pulmonary vein, these are the pulmonary vein PV, coming back to left auricle. This course of circulation we call pulmonary circulation, and the pure blood from left auricle when it enters to left ventricle from left ventricle, it is entering into aorta. From here, the aorta is carrying the pure blood to cells or tissues, and after oxidation, gaseous exchange, the impure blood, that means carbon dioxide, is now carried by the blood. Impure blood is coming back to right auricle or atrium. So this course of circulation is called systemic circulation. So in case of human being, the circulation, one is pulmonary circulation, another is systemic circulation. That means blood circulation is having two strict main paths. That is why human heart is called a double circuit heart. Double circuit heart. So human heart is a double circuit heart. Circuit means path. Circuit means path here. So I hope you could get a very clear concept about how the circulation takes place. Now here I would like to mention one point, that is at the wall of right atrial wall, here is a special nodular structure made up of cardiac muscle that is called, if I rub this part now, called SA node, otherwise called sinoauricular node. And here is another, here is another such nodal structure called AV node. So SA node, sinoauricular node, otherwise called pacemaker. This is a pacemaker of heart. It is actually having the ability to generate its own contraction. And this contraction from SA node reaches to AV node, and from the bundle of V's, the higher classes we shall discuss about what is it. It is reaching to the entire part of the ventricle, first auricle to ventricle, and the auricular contraction pump the blood from auricle to ventricle, ventricular contraction through the blood vessels to different part of the body. Now if I draw your another attention here, that is the wall of auricle is, as I show here with my diagram, is comparatively thin, but the wall of ventricle is thick. Why? Because when the blood is received by the blood vessels to right auricle or left auricle, this is under less pressure. So the auricular wall need not withstand more pressure. That is why the wall is not so thick. But when the ventricles are filled with blood, it has to pump the blood vessels, which are comparatively much narrow. It is under severe pressure. It has to withstand the pressure. Due to withstand this pressure, the muscular wall of ventricle is very thick. One more thing I tell you with respect of the arteries and veins. All the arteries except one are carrying pure blood or oxygenated blood. Here is the exception, pulmonary artery. I have written here PA, pulmonary artery. Although it's an artery, but it is carrying deoxygenated blood. What type of blood? CO2 containing blood. This is the exception. And all the veins are carrying impure blood except the pulmonary vein, PV, pulmonary vein, which is carrying O2 or pure blood. In that way, how the blood, impure blood, is going to lung for gaseous exchange, and after that, after gaseous exchange, pure blood is coming to right auricle, left auricle to left ventricle, to aorta, to different parts of the body, and after gaseous exchange, how the impure blood is again coming back. So the whole course of circulation in that will continuously taking place in our body when we are not even thinking about, when we are sleeping also. This heart is continuously doing its work, beating at a rate of on an average 72 times per minute. Hardly. We can record it with the help of sphygmomanometer. So till then, I hope I could give a very clear concept about the blood circulatory system, the course of circulation, how it is circulating, the red blood cells containing hemoglobin carrying the oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen and waste are being carried by the plasma content of blood, and in that way different materials from one part to other part of the body is carried where heart is working and pumping on. With this, thank you for today. Thank you.